Hey, greetings, friends. Welcome to Trenton 365, Jacque Reach. Today, I'm really excited because as this summer season has really kicked in, it is now one of the first times this year that I'm having an author come on and to talk to me. Now, I'm bringing Tamara on. I was introduced to her, and I'll tell that story a little bit later on. But let me go back to what we're going to do. Let's do the introduction here and do it proper. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited. So welcome to Trenton 365, Jacque Reach. REACH is an acronym, R-E-A-C-H, that stands for Recreation, Environment, Art, Civics, and Health. So under each one of those subjects, I partner with individuals, organizations, nonprofits, businesses, etc., to work with them to help them tell their story, to control the narrative. And that means for them to come on to WIMG and WPHY and to be distributed through the various social media access outlets that I have so that their message can be then reached to a larger audience. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, do not hesitate and just go over to one of the social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, X/Twitter, or YouTube, and just look for my name, Jacque Howard, or Trenton 365. My telephone number is 609-433-0489. Get in touch with me. What I'll do is I'll send you the packet. This is very, very simple. This is very, very easy. If you have a marketing and media team already in-house, that makes it a lot easier. Just let me have a meeting with them. I can explain the details about our reach. And again, we are now expanding. We are in Mercer County, New Jersey, Camden County, New Jersey, and Philadelphia County in Pennsylvania. So this is true independent micro media. If you want to be a part of that, just reach out. Jacque Howard, Trenton 365. The website is trenton365.com. Or you can call me directly, 609-433-0489. Now, one of those areas that I focused on is reading and the importance of literacy. Several years ago here in the city of Trenton, when all of the public libraries except for one was closed, I was led to start this initiative to see what I could do just as a resident to start encouraging more and more people to read. I have a very good relationship with lots of different artists, etc. So what we did is we designed these boxes, and they're called library boxes of Trenton. So what we've done is we've taken old newspaper boxes and some other items and given artists some cash to upcycle them and turn them into little library boxes that have been adopted and distributed throughout the city of Trenton. So with that being said, we've been able to distribute tens of thousands of reading materials to the public for free in the neighborhoods. Now, the initiative and the idea behind it was to help that continue to grow, so that we could then create this space where, more young people would realize that reading is really, really cool. And then we could do some different things like using the library boxes scattered throughout the city of Trenton, to use them again for spaces to distribute information and content and to do it in multiple languages. And we've been able to do that. So to expand, now I think we're in our 11th year doing this. Now we're looking to expand and to have more authors come on to participate and share their story, what makes them tick, why they write, what they write, and then see what we can do about getting some of their reading materials into these library boxes. With that being said, while visiting the Hummingbird Restaurant on South Warren Street in historic downtown Trenton, big shout out to the crew there. Make sure you ask for a Hub 13 or Trenton 365 meal box. They got a special for us going on over there. I happened to see this business card for Tamara, and I'm like, what is this? And said, let me give her a call. After a couple of conversations, we are now in this space where she is going to be a guest on the Library Boxes of Trenton podcast, sharing about what her passion is about reading, literacy, how reading was brought to her as a young person, and also what she's doing with her business as well. With that being said, Tamara, welcome. Welcome to
Thank you.
Trenton 365 and Library Boxes of Trenton.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hello, all. My name is Tamara Michel. I am founder of I Am Reading Now, LLC. It is a virtual book club for children ages 4 to 18. And my mission is to bridge the literacy gap to assist children in building and broadening their vocabulary skills, developing their comprehension skills, and making reading and writing fun for kids. Our nurturing platform is designed to assist children ages 4 to 18 with anything that they may need assistance with when it comes to literature. We have lots of fun. Most of the sessions are an hour, depending on the reader. For my struggling readers, I like to make it 2 sessions, 30 minutes each a week. But for other readers, I like to have it for 1 hour. And again, it's virtual. Sometimes it could get competitive depending on the age. So I group them um, by age and also by knowledge, because of course, sometimes you can be 10 reading, unfortunately, at a 5-year-old level. And this happened because primarily when the pandemic happened, a lot of children suffered. So I'm seeing it now, especially those who were in the first grade in 2020. So what my goal is to help that person, that little one, become a very strong, successful, and confident reader. We have words of affirmation to make sure that our children understand that you are smart. Our words of affirmation are actually, I am blessed, I am confident, I am smart, and I am reading now. So this is what we recite at the end of each session. We begin the session also with a short video clip of powerful words of affirmation that they have to repeat. Depending on the reader, we might start with sight words. Depending on the age, it might be a dance song, because again, we start from ages 4 all the way to 18. To be honest, it's a struggle after age 13 to get readers involved, because at that age, the parent is not so much involved to say, hey, I want my child to read. So sometimes it's hard to get that group. Nonetheless, when I do get that group, we have fun. I do specifically what I think that group would like. For example, I have a team of 7 to 9-year-olds, and we normally talk about basketball Saturday mornings. And I tell them, sometimes we'll pick what you like, but of course, I have to also pick what we need. You can't talk about basketball every single Saturday. I did just incorporate writing into this, and what we do is we learn how to write a 5 paragraph essay. We focus on brainstorming. A lot of children didn't know that. Like, oh, I can write down what I need to what I will be talking about. Just like I explained to them, it's like getting the ingredients out before you start a sandwich. Okay, so you want to brainstorm and think about everything that you want to talk about. Then we talk about the hook, which is the first line in the introduction. You want to grab that reader's attention. I show them how to develop an introduction, a body 1, a body 2, depending on the age group, maybe a body 3, and then the conclusion. You don't want to bring anything new into your conclusion. You want to have it mimic or look similar to your introduction. And we have lots of fun with that, because I am a reinforcement to the classroom. I'm not saying that the teachers don't do that, but there's countless subjects that the teacher have to tackle, and sometimes reading and writing might be on the backhand. So I'm like a supplement to the classroom. And we have lots of fun, lots of fun. I love it. I've been doing it for 3 years, and it's a 10-week bundle. So what we do is we read for, it depends what the parent wants, but I specifically push out that we read for 5 weeks, and then we write for 5 weeks. Some parents want a different bundle. They may want reading for the entire 10 weeks, which is fine, or they may want just to focus on writing. It's whatever the parent wants and desires. But we're having lots of fun. So my website is www.iamreadingnow.com. And you can find me on Instagram at I am reading now and the number 2. I'm on Facebook, Children's Book Club, Twitter, Children's Book Club. So you can find me, just look for an owl, that's the logo. And let me know if you have any questions, Jack.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for the intro. I think you did a fantastic job laying right into things. So I do have a couple of questions here, and I'd like for you to kind of just go into it as deep as you want. First of all, you're deciding to work with the age groups that you have decided. Can you talk about the importance behind that? And then can you also talk about the importance of having children at a certain reading level by a certain grade?
Yes. So we work with children from 4 to 18. I group them by 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 to 15, and then 16 to 18. 16 to 18 is really hard to get, but yes, we do focus with high school children. And 4 to 6, what we do is we first have to show them letter recognition. They're most of them are not reading yet. So we show them letter recognition. We need to understand that they know that this is the letter D, and D sounds like d, 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 as in donut. So we take it from there. And to me, they're the quickest learners because within weeks, they're able to read two-letter words. Then it jumps to three-letter words, four-letter words. Then before you know it, they're reading two words together. You know, we do a lot of sight words we build, and I'm very good at looking at body language. I never have 4 to 6 year olds for an hour. I start off with 30 minutes, and then eventually my goal is 45 minutes. They get a little antsy, but I incorporate dancing songs. Whenever I see that they're getting bored, I incorporate things and it will be still literature. So it'll be a dancing action verb song. So if it says dance, they'll dance. If it says play or jump or hop, whatever the action verb is, they'll do that. So they're learning as they're playing because they're very antsy and they'll get bored quickly. So you have to be quick on your feet with them. So with that being said, 4 to 6, we start with the letter recognition, then we go slowly. After they know what a letter is, we go slowly with, okay, now we're going to do two letters. We blend the sounds and then we go from there. Um, 7 through 9, this is the group that wants to read. They're very competitive. They want to show you that I read better than the next person. It's a soft competition. It's not anything that, it's negative. It's very soft. I love that group because they want to do it. They don't need the parents to push them. That is when you should really have your children reading because they actually want to do it. They want to learn about astronauts. They want to know what is Juneteenth? Why was I off? A lot of times the school don't let them know what that is. They'll know everything else. They'll know 4th of July, they'll know Memorial Day, but they won't know our history. So I incorporate that with that age because they understand. 10 to 12, oh, 10 to 12 is both. So you'll have your 10 to 11, they want to do it. 12, it's very hard. They'll skip the class. They'll sometimes, unfortunately, not show their face. I need to see your face because I want to know that you're pronouncing correctly. I want to know if you're bored. And I'm okay with you being bored because that's when I'll spice it up. So I like their cameras to be on. They tend to be difficult, but I'm also difficult. So we match. I'm also difficult because I want this for you. And I want it, and I know because I'm an adult, so I know it will be beneficial. So they're tough, I'm tough. And then it's not strictly business. I'll say, how was your day today? I see that your hair is new. I love it. I make the platform nurturing. Some of the families I know, so if I know that they're going through something, let's say death, I ask them if it's okay. And for that particular week, we might talk about grief.
Mhm.
Not a counselor, but I know the steps to grief. And what I do is I'll find a book that matches what that child's going through, and I'll read it with the child without them even knowing I know. Again, a lot of the parents I know. So the 13 to 15 is a very hard group to get because now I'm a teenager and no mom. They actually say no mom, no dad, I don't want to do it. And sometimes parents listen. I get a little upset with that, but I can't push you. But 13 to 15 is very hard to get. Also with that age group, the books tend to, believe it or not, have a little profanity. It might be even damn. I kind of don't like that, but we go through that. We have our rules. Like if you're uncomfortable with the word, every household is different. Damn might be a curse for your house and it might not be for another house. So we know how to say maybe D, or we just skip the entire word. But again, that group is very hard to get because at that point they're able to say no, that I don't want to do it. But I tell my parents the same way you would pay for, ballet and everything else, every other extracurricular activity, it's very important to incorporate reading and writing for that age group. And then the high school, we have 15 to uh, 8, I mixed up my own groups. So we have the 13 to 15, sorry, here I am. And then the 16 to 18. That group also is hard. They don't want to do it. The camera's off, attitude, rolling the eyes, but like I said, I'm a tough cookie too, and I'll let them know. So again, if I have any type of personal background, for example, if I have a student that is an entrepreneur at that age, and I'll say, you have to know how to read. You have to. You have a lip line, a lip gloss line. How are you going to sell it? How are you going to read contracts? So I show them the importance of reading at that age. And it's very difficult for that age group because like I said, between the ages of 4 to like 11, that's when you should really have your children reading, even if it's 15 minutes a day, even if it's reading to a younger sibling, even if you as a parent, and I know we're all busy, I'm so busy, so many hats, but even if you as a parent take 15 minutes a day, even if it's 10, and you sit down on the couch and you both read, and as a parent, you start laughing at the text. So they could say, wow, mom or dad is enjoying this text. I want to, I want to read, I want to do this every week. Or, you could do it 3 times a week, do it as a family, and you'll see the benefits and you'll see that they'll love because our mission is to promote the love of literature. That's what we want to do. We want to make the children like it.
And I love that you want to promote the love of literature.
Yes, we promote the love of literature. And what I love the most, Jack, is when I have a student and we've been reading a book and they'll tell me, hey, Miss Tamara, guess what? So this is normally my 6 to 11-year-olds because, like I said, they're excited. I
Yeah.
bought the sequel today. I went to Barnes and Noble and I bought the sequel because I was so excited. And I try to read books that have movies like Wonder or James Patterson have a good selection of a middle school series. He also have a movie. I try to read books that they can see with their parents, and I push that family time. So we read it together. Now go watch it with your parents and come back to me. Tell me, did you like the book better? Did you like the movie? So I do a lot of that. And again, my joy is to see, hey, I bought the sequel, or I know we read middle school one. Can we read middle school two the next time my mom enroll me? That makes my day. So, so I
Well,
enjoy that.
well, Tamara, thank you so much. I am reading now, 4 to 18 years old. You talked about how much this is a nurturing program. And just from what you've been sharing, I can kind of see and feel where that comes from and how this kind of comes all around the family, comes all around the students that you have, et cetera. Um, partnering organizations, or anything like that? Are you working with anyone? Are you looking to take on any partners or any sponsors or anyone else who wants to support this important initiative as far as teaching our children how to read?
Right now I have no one. When I started, I did have a family member who helped me. She was awesome. So we fed off each other. It was 2 teachers at a time. And then she left. That broke my heart, but I single-handedly do this on my own. I would love to have a team because it's there's no one that I can fall back on or assist me with it. A lot of times everything falls on me, but because I love it so much, it's not a burden now, but I definitely want a team. Um, I want a team to assist me. And then I will put that out on social media platform. But what it is, it's a very small business. And honestly, and I understand people don't want to do anything for free. Not that I wouldn't pay, but a lot of times people want fast and big money. And with this program, I won't be able to like offer big money. I don't have any support from like other platforms for me to do that. But that's all in the works. I'm looking to increase so that I can be able to pay, even if it's a student, a college student, or maybe a high school student that's looking to go into education. So that's my goal. But for now, it's very hard, like I said, to find like retired people because they're retired. So I haven't found the right fit to help me yet, but I'm looking for it. I want someone just like me. I want you to be bubbly. I want you to be able to look at a student and say, wow, they're bored. Let me switch this book, or, a hands-on person. So I'm going to be very picky too, but I'm waiting for that time to come.
Well, I'll tell you what. All right, so part of what Trenton 365 and the library boxes of Trenton and all the outlets that I'm a part of, the whole focus behind this is to bring people together who understand that we're all in this together. We can be very diverse, we can be very strong, we can get all these things done if we can get away from all the stuff that has been put in our heads and put in our faces about not working with this group, or I got a problem with that type of person or that type of person. When we're talking about youth and human beings and the basic knowledge of understanding and being successful, that shouldn't matter what your skin color looks like or what your zip code is or if you have a home or if you don't. These are fundamental things to us developing better human beings. And if we're not supporting the younger generations, there's no way that we can think that as we progress and get older, it's going to get better for us.
Yes.
So I'm all about pouring into our youth, pouring everything we have into our youth,
Yes.
letting them know the truth. If you go in that direction, you're probably going to run into a problem. If you go in
Absolutely.
this direction, you could run into something else. Learn from this experience that all the gray-haired and old heads have. Many cultures and many societies, that is a norm. It is not so much a norm here in the US. And I think that having people understand the importance of making sure as many people as possible know how to communicate with reading and writing skills is key to that. I
Yes.
thank you for what you're doing. I'm glad
Thank
that
you.
we were able to do this conversation. I am known for doing things like this off the cuff. So what I'm going to say is I am willing to come alongside and offer up whatever support I can, whether it's media stuff, getting the word out, having you come on to the show, designing programs where you can bring some of your students on and have them talk about their experience or bring their parents on. That's what Trenton 365 is about. Building better communities, using the idea of civic engagement and community organizing. And reading is critical to that. And so
Yes.
I'm asking you, you don't have to do it right now, just sleep on it. But I'm willing to tell you, hey, I'm willing to be a media partner for you to offer up airtime so that you can share about what you're doing. If you're looking for more students, if you're looking for more partners, if you're looking for sponsorship, you're looking for people who want to volunteer or work with you, I'm willing to do that through my networks because I really am passionate about us taking every opportunity we have to teach young people what we have learned and experienced, in reading is one of those things. Before we finish up, Tamara, I'd like for you to just make one more pitch to the parents and the students out there who may be wavering or don't really know, or like you so eloquently mentioned, we all got stuff going on. We're
We
all
all
very
do.
busy. So could you
Yes.
just make a final appeal to those parents who are out there who have some young people who could really benefit from your program?
Okay, parents and guardians, grandparents, uncles, auntie, whoever the young one lives with, understand this is a virtual program. So what can happen is you can set them up and now you have a whole hour. You have a whole hour to maybe take a bubble bath, go cook that dinner, and take care of yourself. So this is beneficial in many ways. Yeah, like I said, the children have lots of fun. They want it. They want it. And a lot of times what I love is that you'll see the reading fluency increase. They'll read faster. Something that took us an hour to read, now they're reading in 30 minutes. And I leave my children with It's not only the words on the page. You want to be able to read. I love when they're sounding out. And I say to them sometimes, guess what? Miss Tamara makes mistakes too. Sometimes the vocabulary words are new to me. And all I do is escape and I go to Google while we're on our virtual session. I look up the word, I look up the pronunciation and say, listen, because one is older doesn't mean that they know everything. I don't know this word either. We learn together. That's why we're here. I have a catalog of over 600 books. They're all Kindle. They're all can be used virtually. Sometimes I will visit a home if there's a way that some students don't learn as good when they're doing virtual. So I will visit the home or your local library. That's something that, of course, we have to prepare. But it's a very good program. And guess what? The first session is always complimentary because during the first session, I'm assessing to see where I'm going to fit that child in. I know I said that I have age groups, but reading is not about age, it's about your knowledge, your level. So what I do is the very first session is free. I'm assessing the reader while they're reading, and sometimes they may be more advanced. It doesn't mean that everyone's a struggling reader. Sometimes they may be 8 and they need to be in my 13 to 15, believe it or not. Or sometimes they may be 10 and unfortunately, they're at the lower level, but guess what? I will build that vocabulary, the fluency, the comprehension, and every reader is unique. You'll have the reader that can read the word, but don't understand it. Then you'll have the reader that their comprehension is there. I can rely on them. So we build on each other. If I ask one reader to read, the one that I know is a little shy and not ready to read too much, I'll ask you all the comprehension skills. That way you're offering information during the session. And then I'll tell the parent, if you don't mind, I want to meet with this reader 15 minutes aside from the group reading to build them up so that they can be more comfortable when they're with the group. So there's a lot of things I do within the very first complimentary session on purpose because I want to make sure your child is in the right group.
With that being said, why don't you make one final, how people can find you, etc.
Okay, so our phone number here is 609-850-8151. You can find our website at www.iamreadingnow.com. We're on Facebook, Children's Book Club. You're going to look for an owl, that's the logo. We are on Twitter, I am reading now to you. We're on Instagram. I'm not sure if I said that. Forgive me if I did, but it's I am reading now two, the number 2. And once you find one platform, I broadcast all the platforms on that one platform. So we're also on what's the other one that the children love? What can't come to my mind and
TikTok.
start with it? TikTok. Thank you. So we're on TikTok too. It's Children's Book Club. So I try to keep the names similar based on the platform. So please visit us, www.imreadingnow.com. I do not charge a lot. I don't know if you wanted me to talk about money. It's $10 per session, but it's a 10-week bundle, $100. And that's pretty much pennies because if you really think about ballet and jazz and karate, it's up there and it's not offering you 10 weeks. And within those 10 weeks, believe me, when I say, and I'm not saying it because it's my program, you will see a difference. Whether it's the fluency, they're reading faster, as I mentioned earlier, whether it's more knowledge of vocabulary words. I give them certain exercises to do. So if they like to say, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Wow, today was crazy. If I see that they're using a word, and we do it as adults too, believe it or not, I'll say to them, think of another word. Today wasn't crazy, it was hot. Or that wasn't crazy, that was exciting. That was abnormal. So I tell them, think of other words, and that'll be their homework. And I'll text the parents, hey, make sure that they're not saying crazy at the dinner table, because they're using crazy for everything, whether it's a good thing, bad thing. And again, adults do that too. So I make sure that we go beyond. We talk about metaphors, figure of speech. It's raining cats and dogs outside. Do you think the author really means that the cats and dogs are coming out from the sky? So we do so much. This is why I offer one complimentary session. Please, please join. I love to give that one-time complimentary session so you can see everything that we do.
Awesome. Miss Tamara from
Yeah.
I Am Reading Now. Thank you so much. Look forward to sitting down with you in the very near future, okay?
All righty, that's perfect. Thank you so much for this platform so that I can educate parents on the program. Again, www.iamreadingnow.com. Hopefully, I see some people asking questions. I'm here for it.
Awesome. Fantastic. Miss Tamara, I Am Reading Now. Make sure that you check out the website. I'll be sharing this through the Trenton 365 networks as well, and we will be having her come back if I've got anything to do with it. Remember, folks, it's always about justice, peace, and humility.